going on? How y'all doing?
What's the extra layer of difficulty being the first team to go up against someone who's starting at quarterback and calling the plays?
I mean, we kind of looking at it as a blessing in disguise because what we've been trying to preach the last couple weeks is, we obviously got to know our opponent, know the personnel to have the best plan to defeat them, but it's really about us and our rules and our fundamentals and playing that. So obviously they got a quarterback who you don't have much film on this year with these type of players and this system. And you got a new play caller who hasn't called plays with this personnel. So it's definitely going to be a little bit of unknown. But that just makes us focus on our job even more.
Zach, the fourth quarter at Tampa game, did you guys sort of take your foot off the gas? Whatever did the last 7 minutes, we were able to score the points.
I don't think we took our foot off the gas from a physical standpoint. I think we did have a couple mental lapses in that fourth quarter, man, and that was frustrating. That was frustrating, disappointing. We was happy we won the game, but we kind of we felt real bad. And the thing that we've been talking about the last couple of days is, man, it's how you finish. We just talking about just in life in general. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And our players did a hell of a job from really the second quarter all the way through that fourth quarter. And then, the fourth quarter was terrible, and that's what everybody's going to talk about, rightfully so. So, we definitely got to finish better. It's something that we have to do if we want to be the team that we want to be. We have to finish and close out games on defense. But we're looking at it now. This is week 8, and just kind of like I said, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. We're looking finishing strong the rest of the season, especially in the fourth quarter.
Zach, how have you seen Marlon progress from camp to the start of the season to now?
Man, I just see, man, he been working hard, man. Like, we knew in camp, it was like, man, Marlo's back. He's back to that all-pro, Pro Bowl level. And credit to him, he's been in this playbook. He's been out here working, and we've been able to move him from different spots. Play nickel, play the corner. He's made plays, man. He's made plays. He's been a big part of our defense. I think he already got, 4 interceptions. He's been locked down in coverage, been great in the run, great as a blitzer. So I'm really proud of Marlon, man. Just like how he's approaching attack every single day. And I think he sees that, and we see that his play got back to a high level. I think he's probably playing highest level football he's probably ever played in his career.
With the secondary having those struggles, what can a 2-interception game for him do for that entire team?
Well, it changed the game, and we talk about it, man. It's like at the end of the day, if you want to play good defense, yeah, you can stop people, get people off the field, but the best way to play good defense is get the ball. The most important thing in football is the football, and our job is to take the ball away and give the ball back to the offense. And, so 2 takeaways like that just shows our guys that you take the ball away, you can change the game. And what we was most proud about is the 2 takeaways Marlon got. It was simple coverage, him just doing his fundamentals, him doing his technique, and then when the play presented itself to make it, he made it. So, we was happy about that.
Zach, how recent weeks we've seen running backs come out of the backfield and you guys either be late picking them up or not pick them up at all. Why is that happening, and what do you have to do to kind of change that?
Yeah, we definitely got to get that fixed because that's been happening too often. It's been a couple miscommunication, and there's been a couple things that I can help those guys out with, trying to get to some exotic looks. Teams are not letting us trying to get into that, trying to speed break and get back out fast to the flat. So that's an easy fix, and we anticipate teams are going to continue to do that. So, great.
With Marlon's status being up in the air a little bit this week, how encouraging was it to see Nate Wiggins? I mean, he played a career-high number of snaps, made plays on the ball. I don't think he gave up a reception. Just what are you seeing from him as far as his progression now, 7 games in his career?
It's great to see Nate back out here in practice, man. He needs it. It's like any player, especially a young player, man. The more they can practice, the more they get in these games, the more experience they get, the better they're going to be, especially with Nate's talent. So I think you've been seeing him get better game by game, practice by practice. And like we said, man, he's real talented. He's one of the most talented guys, especially coming out of the draft. And he's right on par with what we expect him to be. So him being out here at practice, him continue playing these games, you can continue to see his level of play rise.
Is he a good challenge to coach in the sense that, I mean, he's been credited with quite a few passes defense, PBUs, but also he's had some of the penalties with, getting a little too handsy. Is that like a fine balance with wanting to coach the proper technique, but not wanting to take that aggressiveness away from him?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like we like our guys playing aggressive, and we always coach them up. We always show them what's going to be called and what's not going to be called, especially in the defensive backfield. after 5 yards, you can't touch the guy. And then any little tug, any little grab, they're gonna call it. You know, and you got to expect them to call it. So we try to teach our guys to play aggressive, but play with our feet and play within the rules.
Not a ton from Nick Chubb last week as far on tape. What you did see of him, what did he look like? Nick Chubb, you remember?
Oh yeah. He's still Nick Chubb. I mean, I saw him. He had a run just in a low red zone, probably about the 5-yard line. They hit him at the 5-yard line, and he ended up getting tackled at the 1. So the strength is still there. We know that first game back, they was kind of easing him back into that. We expect Nick Chubb of old, which is top running back in the league, and we expect them to give him the ball a lot more than they did last week.
Zach, how big a boost is offensive leg since you come back to that secondary?
It's definitely a boost, man. Art's a vet. Art knows the system. He played a lot of good football for us last year. He was having a heck of a camp, before he had his little injury. So I mean, it just adds more depth to our secondary. Adds another playmaker. Adds another chess piece that we can use to help us out.
Zach, last week you were talking about we need to get 11 hats to the ball. Were you pleased with that part of the effort and not kind of that fourth you talked about? Yeah. And how do you kind of emphasize that out here?
Yeah, I mean, guys are getting the hats to the ball, and credit to them. A lot of what's happening is we got screened a lot last game, and that's what teams are gonna do. When teams see you, pursuing to the ball, they're gonna run misdirection plays and screens to try to slow you down. So I think that 11 hats to the ball was good. The effort's been fine. We challenged our guys today. Let's take it to a whole nother level. Let's take it to another level. It's another level we can get to. So we've been pleased with the effort, but we know it can go up some more. And out here, you're just always coaching and preaching it. Get to the ball, get to the ball, get to the ball. And then when you get into the meeting room, showing it and showing the good examples and showing the examples that got to get better.
Zach, third down conversion rate for allowing it is a bit higher than you want it to be. What's the challenge of stopping a team on third down as opposed to the first two? Just what goes into that that's unique that you have to improve upon?
I think the first thing, a lot of the getting them into more third and longer situations. I think this last game in particular was a lot of 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3s, and obviously we had to deal with the speed breaks and the backs out to the flat. So we got to do a better job of stopping teams on third downs. When we stop teams on third down, I mean, shoot, we know we're gonna pretty much win the game. But I think we help ourselves out by getting them into third and longer situations where we can really tee off and attack quarterbacks and protections.
Sorry, we didn't ask you after last week, but I guess 2 weeks into Dean being back, having a game day role, what has he kind of contributed to you, and what is that ongoing dialogue with you guys like?
Man, it's been great. It's been wonderful. I literally just told him that. I said, man, I appreciate you being here. You've helped us out in tremendous ways, and glad that you came aboard. And I think you can ask anybody on our staff about that, and I think you can ask our players. So he's been a great, just personally for me, just a great sounding board for me as far as game planning, how to different ways to attack offenses that fit within what we do here and what he's done here, what he's done in the past at other places, and then just offering his advice just for all the positions. Dean been a coordinator for 40 something plus years. He has he's probably forgotten more football than all of us here know combined. So he's been great. He's been wonderful on game day. He's been great, offering, suggestions, just keeping update of what the offense is doing. So we're very pleased with what he's doing here. And it's just as we continue to build that connection, I think the results are just going to continue to get better.
And he's been up in the booth, right?
Yeah, he's been in the booth.
Anybody else? All right.
Thanks.